You are now tuned in to Come Dance With Me, hosted by Jerome Bradford.
You are listening to Come Dance With Me, the art of music. I am Jerome Bradford, the host of this wonderful music show. On this show, we dance and reminisce to the love of music. I want to take you back in time. How far back in time? Back when songs had a strong message on the struggles of what was happening in the world and the artist's life. Those songs' messages and melodies sound just as good as they did in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and even as far back as 70 years ago. Today, we're going to be looking at the reggae genre. But before we get started, get up, stand up, and go get those COVID-19 shots. We want to keep you healthy and safe. Reggae is a music genre that originated in Jamaica in the late 1960s. The first time it was actually mentioned in a song was by the group Toots and Maytals Do the Reggae. That was prominent because it was the first time a song mentioned it. Reggae was actually helped by Bob Marley. Bob Marley was a huge star and helped popularize the genre because of his exposure to all different types of music. His views on fighting political power inspired many, everyone from rock groups to hip-hop groups, and even some soul groups. Get Up, Stand Up is one of the most recognizable songs in protest. Today is still played in many protests. It was played during the BLM movement, and it was played during the Occupy Wall Street movement. Now let's look at artist Highlander featuring Ranky Levy as they serenade us with the song Sweet Talk.
Nation, them a fight against nation. What a mistake, great tribulation. Chiwata bam bam in a big billion. Away from the DJ call ranking, baby. When we fling it on the roads and reality, I'm the best.
One reason reggae remains so powerful is deeply linked to Rastafari. Rastafari is a Afrocentric religion that was developed in the 1930s. It promoted Pan-Africanism. You hear that term a lot today. That just shows the power of it and why reggae is closely linked to it. A little side note, a 80s hardcore band, Bad Brains, were very great at mixing reggae music and hardcore. They actually brought a lot of the Rastafarian movement into hardcore. Hardcore was very pessimistic in some ways, a very pessimistic form of rock, but they developed a PMA, which was positive mental attitude. Just a little side note for you guys. I'm a huge Bad Brain fan, so check them out as well. Now, the tempo of reggae is a lot slower than ska and rocksteady. The genre is led by the drum and bass. One of the really cool things about reggae, and this intrigued me when I was a teenager, the rhythms are very offbeat and they are played on staccato chords, either on a guitar or piano. So when you hear it, it sounds very jarring. It's not as smooth as some music, but that's what makes it just really awesome. Now, let's listen to Energy Plus and the song Three Witches. Halloween is almost here, so kind of fitting, right?
Wait, I want no three witches I do. Sit down and organize, man. Wow, no three witches no easy. There are three witches. There's a black one in that bun.
Reggae also has a shout and call response. Some of the main instruments of reggae are bass, guitar, keyboard, horn. Now, some of the lyrics of reggae are very powerful. They talk about God, anti-colonialism, anti-racism, and anti-capitalism. And they even talk about black nationalism, which kind of promotes a unity amongst black and African American people. In February 2008, the month was made Annual Reggae Month. Reggae still makes a huge amount of money for Jamaica. It's in one of their top imports, especially with the music. So pretty powerful when a whole music genre can definitely enhance the wealth of a country. Now, reggae wasn't just popular within the blues and rhythm community or even hip hop community. One of the most interesting things that happened with reggae was when it went to London. In London, a lot of the punks in the 70s hired Lee Scratch Perry to DJ their parties. He was highly respected in the rock community, especially amongst the new bands like The Clash, the Sex Pistols, the Damned. And he actually dubbed those parties punky reggae parties. You also saw a lot of American bands flirt with reggae in the 80s. You had Culture Club, who played with reggae and calypso tempos. You also had UB40, who scored various hits and actually were very influential. Now let's take a listen to the band The Young Lords and the song Under the Sun, in which they talk about just taking time out to enjoy life, and you got to take a break from work.
It is so sweet under the sun, and even if my pocket's empty, I don't really want to go to work. It is so sweet under the sun. I'm gonna take my time, 'cause I don't really wanna go to work. Got up this morning, look around and see the sun high. I grab my bag and take my phone.
Now, it's always good to question a genre and examine some of the lyrics and some of the roots. So, recently reggae and even dancehall music has come under fire for sometimes being homophobic with the lyrics. And I think it's always good to have a little bit of reflection. We don't want to censor artists, but we definitely want to be wary of making certain communities as a whole feel less than empowered. Well, thank you for listening to Come Dance With Me, The Art of Music. I've been your host, Jerome Bradford. I want to thank Artlist.io for helping me with the music. They're like a right hand to me. Well, you guys keep dancing and keep reminiscing. We'll see you back here next time.
You have been listening to Come Dance With Me, hosted by Jerome Bradford. If you'd like to make suggestions, email us at ewcfacts@gmail.com. That's ewcfacts@gmail.com. This has been an EWC Communication production.